Welcome back and Merry Christmas. We are so glad that you can join us.
Indeed. You know, as millions of Americans get together to celebrate the birth of Jesus with their families, there are many more who cannot.
That's because they're overseas fighting for our freedom. And here to say thank you to our military is country music superstar Craig Morgan.
He said, Mama, I know you had a lot of plans for me. College in the fall, hey, I'm almost 18. I've been doing lots of thinking about a lot of stuff. I went down to the recruiter today and I signed up. 'Cause if not there, then where? If not now, then when? If not this, then what else can I defend? Being gone and being scared. What else can I do if not me, Mama? If not me, then who? He's upstairs shaving, his clothes are starched and pressed. I'm down here praying, my mind is in a mess. I asked where he got this crazy idea anyway. He just smiled and said, it's the way that I was raised. So if not there, then where? If not now, then when? If not this, then what else can I defend? Being gone and being scared. What else can I do if not me, Daddy? If not me, then who? Number 84, wide receiver for the Wildcats, whose picture is hanging in my hall, next to the soldier standing proud and tall. He said, if not there, then where? If not now, then when? If not this, then what else can I defend? Being gone and being scared. What else can I do if not me, dear God? If not me, then who?
That was simply awesome. Now on to a story about two more of America's heroes. Major Dan Rooney is a former fighter pilot and founder of the Folds of Honor Foundation. Major Ed Polito is an Army veteran and Folds of Honor vice president. He's joined by his wife Karen and their two incredible daughters, Caitlin and Kinsley, both Folds of Honor scholarship recipients. Thanks for being here, y'all. This is incredible to have you. Your stories are exceptional. Major, I want to start with you. Folds of Honor is something that came to you and you felt more than motivated to start it. What's the mission of Folds of Honor for those who may not know, and how did it come about?
Well, our mission is to leave no family behind, Elizabeth, and we provide scholarships to spouses and kids who've had someone killed or disabled in Iraq and Afghanistan, and we have over 5,000 recipients as we get ready to celebrate Christmas.
Wow.
And so many of our military out in the audience here, and that was really the motivation. As an F-16 pilot, did 3 tours of duty in Iraq and really understood that freedom wasn't free, and watched people give life and limb and I felt a calling from God to do something in my life about it, and didn't do anything until a fateful commercial airline flight, of all places, from Grand Rapids. I was actually flying from Chicago here to Grand Rapids, Michigan, and get on this flight. Unbeknownst to me, we land in Grand Rapids a little after midnight, and the captain came over the PA and said that we had an American hero on board, that we were carrying the remains of Corporal Brock Buckland, and his identical twin brother, Corporal Brad Buckland, was in first class and had brought him those 7,000 miles home. And that night I watched the other side of war. The Bucklands on the darkest night of their lives. His brothers, sisters, parents, his 4-year-old son sat at the cargo ramp and welcomed Brock home for the last time. And it was one of the most emotional things I'd ever witnessed in my life. That was the moment that God called me to do something, and thankfully we had the courage to take some action.
And you've continued your service. I mean, Folds of Honor is exceptional. The outreach is continuing. Major Polito, your story is one of just pure gift, service, resilience. And now you found Folds of Honor. And Major Rooney, walk us through the beginning, 2004. Take us back.
Well, I always told everyone that my life is about God, country, family, and the enlisted and a non-commissioned officer, the backbone of our military. And as an officer, that's who saved my life on that day. On August 17th, 2004, I would hit an improvised explosive device, a roadside bomb, that would change my life forever. First fragment broke my knee and broke it in 3 places, fragments to the left side of my body. Arrived in Baghdad 17 hours late, in surgery, blood transfusions. I always say I got a little female blood in me because now I cry all the time. But the thing about it is that it was very important, and I would head to Germany, Brooke Army Medical Center, where I would be reunited with my family. And on October 1st of 2004, I prayed to God. My mom was there, my wife held my hand, and we made a decision to amputate my left leg. Best thing that ever happened to me, but it was the Vietnam Veterans of America who were there for me and said the mistakes made on us will not be made on you, and God bless the United States of America.
Amen to that, you know?
Major Rooney gave me a chance to serve the enlisted and a non-commissioned officer and other fellow officers, to give scholarships to the families of the fallen and wounded. And I thank my wife and my 2 girls for being there every step of the way, and Major Rooney for knowing and understanding that as ground pounders, we can't leave each other behind.
We'll give that a second amen.
Thank you.
Karen, I see you. You know, I'm sure every time you hear that story, it's not like you get used to it or feel numb to it. Folds of Honor stepped in, really understands what families need and how to be a family to families in the military. How has it changed your life?
They give you that security back. You don't have to worry about your children. That is just one load lifted from you, not to worry about their future, the scholarships in place, and just one thing you don't have to worry about. And because there are a lot of worries that go along with a situation like this. It's given my husband a whole new purpose. He is a driven man. Most of the time you forget he's got a handicap because we're running behind him at the airport trying to keep up with him. So it really has changed our lives for the better. And God's handprint was all over all of this whole situation.
A blessing for sure. Caitlin and Kinsley, I see you smiling over there. You know, you have an exceptional situation here. How do you feel about Folds of Honor and your dad and your mom?
I think it's a great foundation. It does so much for the military families that have lost someone or somebody's been wounded.
Kinsley, I love your smile. I know it had to be scary, right, to know this was happening to your dad, and what a blessing and what joy you must feel to see him racing ahead of you now at the airport, right? Is it true you can't keep up with him? Well, you know, I think that there are so many kids out there and in our audience who, you know, have stories that are very similar. You know, they share your heart. What do you say to kids out there in the military, to their friends maybe, who just want to understand what it's like and the sacrifice that your families really do make, and we're thankful for it? What do you say to them?
Well, since, like, all of us, it's great that Daddy sacrificed everything, and I just really love
You have big hearts in this family, Major. We'll say major hearts in the Major's family. Brian Kilmaid, I hear you coming. Maybe with some jingle bells.
You know everything. Well, Merry Christmas to you. And Merry Christmas to you, Kinsley. Congratulations. You can open them on camera if you want. Go ahead. This is just because Christmas is also about getting presents for the kids.
Go for it. Tear into their package.
They are. How well trained they are. Officers' children. Of course, Folds of Honor, that's what highlights on every year we get a chance to play golf with Folds of Honor. And we play golf with you. We both play together.
How is Brian? What was his game like?
Outstanding.
You are not telling the truth now.
He's lying on national television.
Oh, I
Kinsley,
see
what'd you get?
smiles over here. What is it?
What did you get? Can you hold it up? Get Caroline.
Oh.
All-American Golf. Yeah, American Girl Golf Store. And that is a must-see.
That is a must-see.
And what about this?
I got an iPad mini.
Yay!
And special thanks to Target for providing that.
And thanks to American Girl for our sweet American Girl dolls. Perfect for you both. Thank you for your service. Thanks for sharing your story with us. Merry Christmas. You girls are awfully special. Rick and Anna, over to you.
Up next, an incredible story of a young man who became paralyzed after a horrific car crash and the complete stranger who stepped up and changed his life.
And then they started with just 9 people. Now they are 300 strong. The Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir is here to perform.